This week, CBC News is bringing you a special series called Gearing Up, about all the behind-the-scenes work going on in the lead-up to the 2010 Games. There are hundreds of lucrative contracts at stake for suppliers and companies that will help make the Games happen. But BC bus companies are gearing down when it comes to getting some of those contracts. Kirk Williams has that story.
Gloria, thousands of spectators, athletes, and members of the Olympic family will be gathering here in this Cole Harbour area during the Games, and they'll need buses, hundreds of them. But some BC bus companies say they're being left behind at the stop. For 3 decades, Brendan McCullough has been in the business of moving people around. One of his highlights was providing transportation during the Calgary Olympics. With that kind of experience, you would think his company would be a shoo-in for Vancouver's 2010 Games.
It seems to me that the Canadian carriers, and in particular the local carriers, are being passed over in favor of carriers from the States.
Transportation is key to the success of the Games. No one wants a repeat of the congested mess at the Atlanta Games, where the transit and bus systems collapsed. That's why Bannock says it awarded a contract to find all the buses it needs to one company, Game Day, an experienced American firm. Motor Coach Canada represents the coach industry and says Canadian drivers weren't allowed to work in Salt Lake City during its Winter Olympics, so it says Americans shouldn't be able to work here if there are Canadians willing and able to get behind the wheel.
What we've insisted from day one, and which is the law of Canada, that the Canadian drivers and Canadian drivers must do the work while it's a point-to-point service in Canada, and that's the same law as in the U.S.
The Canadians have complained that Game Day canceled signed contracts and signed up American drivers and carriers first. There's a lot at stake. A bus with 2 drivers can charge $1,800 per day, and 30 days of Olympic work comes at a slow time of the year for the industry. Canadian drivers also have experience driving in Canadian weather conditions, while their American drivers from the South may not.
I had a phone call from a Texas operator who's sending 20 coaches, and he was wondering if he needs to put winter tires on.
Game Day says some Canadian firms didn't get picked because they missed the deadline. Bannock says they may still get another chance.
If, as we go into the final stages now, we see opportunities to reapproach them and give them another chance, we'll definitely do that. We want every Canadian company that wants to be part of the program to have a chance to do so.
Okay, Kirk, so how is Bannock going to give Canadians another chance?
Well, today, Bannock and Game Day and Motor Coach Canada all gathered on a conference call, and they agreed that at this point there will be 1,000 buses. 2/3 of them will be American buses, 1/3 Canadian, but at the end of next month, they'll have a better idea, and there may be a need for even more buses, and that's when Canadians can get another opportunity. Kirk Williams reporting live from Cole Harbour.